Bienvenidos, welcome or welcome back. Today we have the first episode of a new show called The Residents. I wanted to watch this series, don't know if there's any interest, so we'll see how this does when I put it up on YouTube. Full length will be available on Patreon as usual, early access as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you're interested in this series. What I know about this show, it's a murder mystery in the White House. It seemed to have a more comedic vibe. I love me a murder mystery. I watch cozy murder mysteries, Father Brown, Midsummer Murders, Murder, She Wrote, Death in Paradise. I watch a lot of murder mysteries. One of my favorite movies is Clue. We're going to see how I like this show. We're going to see how you guys like this reaction. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. This music just says murder mystery.
Who are you?
Okay. Oh, people. Was that food? Be also in the movie The Menu? There's some kind of event going on. Is the president in attendance? It's a big house. Could we relax? Could we relax? A pool room. A few months later.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Jasmine Haney. I'm the chief usher of the White House.
Well, I want to assure you that this is not an adversarial proceeding. You are not under suspicion for...
Okay, what's with the lady dressed in red?
Because there's been a lot of misinformation and speculation and...
Is lady in red an enemy?
What is the chief usher? What do you do?
Thank you, I was wondering.
The chief usher is responsible for overseeing all the operations of the executive residence of the White House.
And how long have you been in this position? Ms. Haney?
Ma'am?
What are you doing?
I'm having a drink.
In the blue room?
Yeah.
During the state dinner?
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Is she quitting?
Don't do something that you're going to regret.
Hey, where's your coaster?
You need to come now.
Made me want to pop a breath mint.
There's been an incident.
I just saw him on Veronica Mars.
Okay, get the message out now. Second and third floors are off limits. If I'm not downstairs before she finishes, you tell her to, deal's off.
No.
I don't think you can do that. Kylie Minogue.
No. Why me?
Because you're the chief usher.
So if you want somebody to tell Kylie Minogue she doesn't have a place to sleep, talk
He'll do
to
it.
the chief usher. That would be A.B. Winter, the chief usher.
The words chief usher have lost all meaning. Ah, and that's how she became the chief usher. I guess you are talking to Kylie Minogue.
I've been chief usher since October 11th, the day the last chief usher was killed.
Killed? You said killed.
The senator from Colorado?
I didn't mean anything by it.
Why was that a thing? Is it not
I did
clear
what
that
Mr.
it's murder?
Harder asked me. Oh, the man I wanted to see.
Earlier that evening,
I'm not leaving. I'm not retiring. For at least a couple of years. I can't leave the house like this. Not after tonight.
what happened tonight? I understand you're upset, but what happened?
An incident? What happened?
An incident.
Well, where's AB?
Ooh.
Can you state your name for the record?
Lawrence Dukes, Larry.
And you are the chief of police for the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department. How did the Metropolitan Police Department come to be
Who would have
involved in
jurisdiction?
the investigation into Mr. Winter's? Is
No, it must be Secret Service, right?
It's our jurisdiction, Senator.
that true?
You think they'd have let me in there that night if it wasn't?
The MPD, the entire national security apparatus of the United States government at our disposal, and we get stuck with some beat cops.
Is he not- is he standing there?
To help me find my dick.
You can't find your dick? Yeah, she'll be up very soon.
How long was she out there?
5 minutes. It felt longer.
Cause you stood there staring?
Burning is a very popular hobby. In fact,
We're waiting for her because she is the best detective in the world.
I don't care if she's Miss fucking Marple or Sherlock Holmes or whoever the fuck Daniel Craig is in that fucking movie.
Benoit Blanc.
I want her in here now.
I like that they name drop their own thing without name dropping their thing.
Wow, it's a lot of dudes. I see feet.
Why did they turn on a light? Unless they haven't dusted for it. Well, they probably haven't done anything in the room. Yeah, I totally would have seen that. Shouldn't you be wearing gloves?
We believe it's suicide.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to know why we believe it's a suicide?
No. Who
Not
found
yet.
the body?
I don't like talking to people, especially my son's husband.
You mean the President of the United States?
So the President of the United States is gay and has a husband, and she is not fond of the president.
It was not a porno.
What wasn't a porno?
I said I was
What?
watching a movie. It was not a porno. I know you were probably thinking it was a porno.
I wasn't
I
thinking
was
that,
not.
though.
Now I am.
Do you remember what time it was?
9:57.
It's very precise.
Well, I have a clock.
Holy hell.
I did not marry that man for sex, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't want to know what you mean.
He was still there. And that's when I realized that something was probably wrong with Clive.
Probably.
Really wonder about Clive now.
Should we circle back to the dead man in the game room at this point, or stay on the tour?
Stay on
The
the
tour.
Go ahead. That's it. Dead body, 2 doors down, he goes back to bed.
Yes, do you want to talk to him?
I do, but
How
not yet.
drunk was
Dan's
he?
room. Whose bedroom is this?
His.
Hollinger lives in the room next to Mr. Morgan?
Downstairs, right now, is a state dinner. Prime Minister of Australia and the Secretary of Defense and the
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care.
And Hugh Jackman.
Really?
And Kylie Minogue, apparently.
We had to beg them to come. Did you know how shitty you have to be to piss off Australians?
Gee, I wonder which administration they might be modeling this off.
We're on the clock, okay?
You are not helping, my dude.
We need to make a determination about what happened here.
Wouldn't they need a coroner for that so they know how he even died?
Who's he?
Edwin Park, Special Agent, FBI.
How long has he been there?
Another dude? How many dudes do you need?
They think he slit his wrist in a pool room? Okay, what did he use? And why here of all places? Seems more of a bathroom situation. Oh. Oh. Is that writing? No.
And we report it in the morning.
Agreed.
So notice how everyone who's not directly affected by this, like career-wise, is actually still focused on dead guy.
Go downstairs now.
Perfect, I haven't eaten.
Actually, the dinner is over. The meal, the food part.
But it's not clear.
You want me to ask you more questions? Okay. How did he kill himself? With what?
Finally, I was thinking that, because I did ask, like, with what? I thought that they had, they must have removed the weapon, because obviously the first thing you would think is, what did he use? All of those dudes, and nobody thought, how did he slit his wrist? It wasn't with a pool cue.
There's no knife.
Say it so they can hear you in the
There's no
bleachers.
knife.
There's no knife.
And why is his shirt bloody?
If you could focus and concentrate, you would notice what is wrong with this scene, and it's not just the knife. That is not nearly enough blood for wounds like those on his wrist.
I noticed the pool of blood thing, but I thought that it was just Netflix, not wanting to have a lot of blood on screen. But no, it was a clue.
Really odd place to commit suicide.
Right?
And I'm gonna go downstairs.
Is that okay with you, you dick? Why is she doing that?
First floor.
Somebody gotta hit the button. Oh, that's cool.
Spread across 6 floors and 2 mezzanines. The president and his family live
I am
on the
not gonna be
second
able to
and
remember
third
this.
floors. The red room, the blue room, the green room.
I love this.
You're responsible for coordinating all social activity in the White House. That includes state dinner.
That would be social.
Where was I? I was
Kitchen?
everywhere.
That must be so stressful.
I still haven't found AB. You haven't seen him?
No? How many guests are here tonight?
Why?
Because I need to know.
Sorry, who? Cordelia and Edwin. Friends of Harry.
Which one's Harry, the brother?
Honestly, I was so concerned about finding AB, I didn't think anything of it.
Why are you looking for AB? Is she being recognized? Allergies?
Did Winter have an office?
Yes.
Show me.
Oh yeah, we're keeping with the dollhouse style. I'm assuming that the explanation given for the White House layout is accurate.
Hey, Jay, have you seen AB?
No. Why are you looking so shady? Good God.
Carpenter shop, paint shop,
They have their own carpenter and paint shop? Chocolate shop?
a dentist office, a walk-in freezer.
I guess
I saw The Shining. Let's keep going.
What was that about?
Flower shop.
Okay, he's having a moment. I never thought about where the president gets his stuff done, but I guess he gets everything done in the White House, and the White House would have facilities to entertain the first family so they don't have to go out and be mobbed by people. Why is everybody behaving so weird?
Who has access to the third floor?
More people than you think.
I've never thought about it.
Yeah, just answer the question.
What about you?
Me?
Of course.
You.
Yeah. I have access to.
Okay, if the wringing of the hands is makes somebody guilty, I'm going to jail, because I do that all the time.
Where's Marvella? White House chef.
Haven't seen her.
Can you grab the detective a burrito or something?
Security. How does that work for a state dinner?
Well, it really depends on the dinner.
This one. Is that the head chef? We're not going to ask any questions about that.
Maybe he slit his wrist in another room and then went to the game room.
Why he was bleeding out?
What are you doing in here?
Just looking around.
This is a crime scene.
Well, this is not a crime scene.
Same thing. You need to leave.
Well, we're concerned about sensitive political documents that might have been in the usher's office.
Harry Hollinger, the president's best friend and closest advisor, who has no role in the justice system and no operational authority to conduct any part of this or.
Oh, I thought he was Secret Service. I've heard them mention Harry several times. I didn't realize that he was Harry. I thought he was part of Secret Service. The fuck they're letting him do stuff. Someone who doesn't have a, elected, posted position of authority shouldn't be in charge of things. And then, would he even have the security clearance to see those documents if he has no role?
I sure have political documents.
Why are you being so loud?
That's why I'm here. I know you enjoy a formidable reputation, Detective Cup, and I respect that. I really do.
You liar.
But you need to understand that this is not like any other place that you've ever worked.
My man, you are technically a suspect.
Bigger.
What is this? What is happening? Well, he's been usher at the White House for a while.
Do you want to get a forensics team in here?
I knew she'd be gone. Ah.
Cordelia.
I know what I'm doing.
I know you know what you're doing. I just don't know if you know who you're doing it with.
Plus, U.S.-Australian relations are weirdly toxic right now, and so tonight it's important. I get it. Okay, so look, I know some of you are worried about the optics of closing down the White House right now. I've tried to care about this, but I really don't. So you all help me talk to the people I need to talk to, or I'm going to go downstairs, stand at the exit, thank every guest for coming, then ask them if they know about the dead man upstairs.
What are you proposing to do?
First, we get Kylie Minogue to keep playing another set.
Okay, yes, fine, I'll do it. I can head down right now.
Then, we line up people.
Yeah, that plan isn't gonna work.
Why not?
It's over. Wait, no. What's happening?
There's only one person who can put a stop to this.
You, Jackman?
What is happening?
You want me to tell them they can't leave?
Yes, Mr. President.
Everyone?
Yes. There may be a murderer out there or in here.
No. And, well, Harry says that there is strong evidence that this was a suicide, and that's what we're going to have to go with for now.
That is a lot of evidence showing that it's not a suicide. And Harry is not an investigator.
A.B. Winter was killed.
It was a
He was killed.
I'm confused. They still ruled it a suicide after everything she just said? The fact that the bump in the head and the blood didn't run like supposed to. The shirt shouldn't have had any blood on it. It was just a because his things were buttoned up. There's no murder weapon in the room. It's not possibly a suicide.
They looked unhappy. Well, for Australia.
Mr. President, Prime Minister Roos, what the fuck is going on? Respectfully.
Australian? What's happening?
Sorry, what is she doing? What are you doing?
I'm wondering why you're wearing A.B. Winter's shirt.
What?
A.B. Winter, Chief Usher, dead man upstairs. He's wearing your shirt, which is covered in blood. You're wearing his, so I'm wondering why you're wearing a dead man's shirt.
Well,
lock it down now.
It's over. That was fun. That was fun as hell. Yeah, that's the end of the first episode of The Residents. That was good. I really enjoyed it. That was fun. Hopefully there's some interest in this show because I really enjoyed it, and I hope people will join me on this watch. I definitely want to find out how are they still ruling it a suicide with everything that we've seen so far, because I feel like there's no possible way right now you could rule this a suicide. So something must happen along the way that we haven't gotten to yet to change that narrative. And if I'm following right, and someone can correct me, Harry is the best friend of the president, but he has no like official role. I think that's what I understood. Like he's not part of Secret Service or Congress or a senator or anything like that, an investigator. He's just a dude. Oh, and they still haven't spoken to the brother who just went back to bed. That's weird. I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Feel free to join me for this series or Veronica Mars classic Doctor Who Squid Games. It's all available to you. Also got that Patreon for the full lengths and early access. I will see you all next time.